yesterday I came into a very huge problem. Because I clean my piercings mornings and nights before when I wake up and when I go to sleep. So I did that yesterday before I was going to sleep. So as I was cleaning my conch piercing, I kind of noticed that the barbell was like sticking out a lot more than it used to do. So I thought my conch piercing was about to I thought the swelling had gone down, so I was really happy about that, and I kept like rubbing with the cotton pad around it. I didn't rub that harshly, I rubbed really softly just to get the icky stuff off of the actual jewelry. Yeah. And as I was rubbing it, I noticed that the ball kind of unscrewed itself. Well, it's unscrewed itself as I was rubbing it. So it was too late when I noticed that, because the ball just popped right out, and then my heart sank because I had paid like 350 Swedish crowns for it, and just to see it gone like that, it made my heart break. Okay, sorry, my sister called me so I had to pause it. Anyways, so when the ball popped out, my heart sank, and I don't know, I just, at that moment, I kind of gave up on life. I was feeling really sad, and I was thinking like, what do I do with my life now? Because I don't know, it's just a really huge deal for me, and the fact that I had it pierced a week ago and I had only had it in for a week, I kind of got a little bit, I don't know, I just got really sad. So when the ball popped out, the barbell, it just flew off, and I didn't have any jewelry in at all. So I had to get the barbell back in with my own hands, and the pain was so bad, and since I can't even see the back of my ear, I had to try to find the hole by piercing the barbell against the skin and trying to find the hole to pull through. And since it was since it was so fresh, it was really hard for me to pierce it through the hole at once, so I had to like do it really slowly and feel the pain as I tried to like screw it through the fucking hole. So yeah, that hurt a lot. It took me like, okay, it felt like it took me 15 minutes or something, but it only took me like 3 minutes. At one point I almost gave up, but I'm glad I didn't, because I managed to poke it through the hole at last. So next was the ball. I had to screw the ball on to the barbell, and since this tragus thingy is in the way, it's really hard for me to get the ball in place on the barbell without like bending my ears and stuff. So I sat there in front of my mirror over there and tried to do it without bending my ear, because the wound hurt so badly. I sat there and tried for like 20 minutes to try to screw the ball on top of it, and then I was thinking of a lot of possibilities to do, like to make myself like, I don't know, I tried to make myself feel better, but at the same time I made myself a lot more worried about the piercing hole like closing up and stuff like that, because this was at night and that piercing studio wasn't open at the time. I kind of thought to myself, oh my god, maybe I need to take the train to that piercing studio and ask him for help, or like call him or something, because I couldn't wait overnight since I didn't even screw the ball on top of it. So that made me really worried and sad, and all these feelings were just bundled up inside of my body. And at that moment, well, before I got the barbell in, I texted Teresa and was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, my barbell fell off and the ball screwed itself off and blah 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 blah. And then she said like, maybe you shouldn't rub against the ball. Maybe you shouldn't rub against the barbell and stuff like that, because then it wouldn't unscrew itself. So I was like, yeah, maybe you're right, but I have already done it, and what do I do now, and blah blah blah. And then she said, well, she didn't really say much, it was more me freaking out. So yeah, I never really got the ball on the barbell that day. No, I didn't really get the ball on after those 20 minutes, so I kind of gave up. And I sat there and stared at myself in the mirror and thought to myself like, I need someone to help me do this. Could I like call Teresa and ask her to take the train and come to this apartment and help me, or would that be too much? Would she do that? Because I don't even think she would have been able to do that, because it was really late at night, and just many complications about the train and stuff. She doesn't really live close. She doesn't live in this town, so it would be really hard for her to get here without complications and stuff like that. So I was like, no, you have to do it yourself. But then I thought to myself, my sister knows about my piercing. My parents doesn't really know about it, so but since my sister knows about me getting it pierced, I thought to myself, yeah, maybe it would be best if she helped me. So I kind of gained a bit of hope again, and I took the ball with me and walked into my sister's room and was like, Eduarda, I need you to do me a favor. And she was like, what kind of favors? And I was like, I need you to help me to screw this ball on top of this barbell and blah 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 blah, because my piercing fell off and blah 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 blah. She didn't really, I don't really think she quite understood the seriousness in this, but I was really freaked out, and I just had to get her to say, oh, okay, yes, I'll help you. But instead she was like, wait a minute, my fiance is about to fall asleep, so... And I was like, okay, I can wait a few minutes, I guess. So I sat in front of her mirror with the little ball in hand and tried to screw onto my barbell. It felt like an hour, but it was probably half an hour or something like that. But I sat there and tried really hard, and I was like, when is she going to help me? Can't she see how much I'm struggling and stuff like that? And she was like, she was Skyping with her fiance, so I get that she really wants to talk to her fiance and stuff, but when I need help, please help me. But anyways, so I thought to myself, I don't think she's going to help me, because it seemed like it took a lot of time for him to fall asleep. So I sat there and I had to. I thought to myself, okay, this is it. You have to bend your fucking ear to get that ball into that barbell. So I was really determined to get it back on, so I stood up and then I walked into my room, closed the door and turned on the lights, and then I sat in front of the mirror and I sat there and like stared at it and tried to screw it back on, and then I just bent my ear really hard and was like, this doesn't hurt anymore. Because I had been touching it a lot of times, I kind of felt numb to the pain, so I was like, oh fuck this. So I just bent it like that, and then I tried to screw the ball back onto it. So I finally got it on, and then I texted Teresa and was like, I finally got it on, yay, blah 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 blah. I suck at telling stories. But yeah, in the end I got it on, so I just wanted to tell you that be careful when you clean your piercing. I am glad I didn't give up. After that I cleaned it like crazy. Not the rubbing part, but I was like drenching it with a salt water solution and let it sting and stuff like that. So today I think it looks quite good. I think it looks good. I think the swelling has gone down a lot.